everybody, I'm Steven Riznyk with San Diego Biz Law, and what I want to do is make you aware of a change in 2018 that I guess some of you didn't get the memo, as it will, or didn't get my email, that you have to be aware of. SB 396, if you have 50 or more employees, your supervisors must get at least 2 hours of training every 2 years on gender-based harassment, which includes gender identity, expression, and sexual orientation. That's the easy part. The more complicated part is this that I want to share with you. I've spoken to a lot of people who have called our offices who wanted to file lawsuits based on various aspects of what they consider sexual discrimination. And if somebody, is just seeking to be malicious or just trying to find any little thing to sue somebody, we tell them we're just not the right law firm. We're not about that. But I want you to be aware that when an employee is laid off or fired, oftentimes they will call a lawyer and they will bring up everything in the book. And I've heard it time and time again. Now, the easiest thing that I have, and it's not, we don't want anybody to be sexually harassed. I don't think that's fair. But by the same token, we get people who overdo it. For example, I had one call just yesterday. This lady was fired. She'd worked for the company about 8 years, and she stated that she and her supervisor were out of town for a conference, and he asked her out on a date. And she wanted to file a lawsuit. She said no, he left her alone. You can't be careful enough in this area. That's what my message is. Take no chances. Separate your workplace from your social life completely as you can. Because you may think that what you're looking at is, oh my gosh, this is the person I need to be with for the rest of my life. Try harder in your social life or personal life and bring them in there. Do not find someone at your workplace, because this can come back and haunt you. Especially, how many times have I heard this from employers or supervisory personnel, let's put it this way. Oh, she was flirting with me, or he was flirting with me, or I know we just had this chemistry, so I had to make an approach. I didn't want to offend them by not making the approach. Don't make the approach. If you heard what I hear on the telephone on a regular basis by what people are offended by, you wouldn't believe it. They're just some people, the slightest thing will set them off. A lot of people, as you know, like to be very judgmental. And every little thing, they're sitting there like a judge on a bench, judging you for this, that, and everything. And something as small as a date, sure, it's usually not actionable. You ask them for a date, they say no, you leave them alone. Okay, not actionable. But that person may say to themselves, you know what? Okay, that's not actionable. But I don't think I got a break on this in this occasion, or I don't think I did this or that. Next thing you know, they've got a lawyer and they're filing a major lawsuit. And, most problems in employment law are six-figure problems. So if there's anything I can tell you, if you want to share this with your employees, please do. Stay away from fellow employees when it comes to your personal life. Deal with business, only business. Even watch your jokes. Watch everything that you state. You're under a microscope when you're at the employment workplace in California. Anything you say, as they state, can and will be held against you in a court of law. Think about it that way. And don't say anything, don't imply anything, don't act anything that you wouldn't want to be defending in a witness chair. Please. We would rather not be defending you. It's not a fun thing to either, take on a case on either side of this. But at the end of the day, I see way too many employers get in trouble so easily, and then sometimes they can't even afford the legal representation. So if you want, feel free on YouTube, go ahead and provide us with your questions. If you have some questions on this, engage with the audience, because I think you can learn from each other in these areas and find out what is actionable, what isn't actionable. But the best rule of thumb I could tell you, just assume everything is actionable. Talk about work, especially when you're out of town, especially when you're at a conference and you've been drinking. Those three are a poisonous mix. Be very careful. Take care.